Hello. Hope you're all having a nice Tuesday afternoon slash evening. Sorry for lateness. I was just finishing dinner. Probably gonna stay up decently late tonight. I guess we'll see. Not too much I need to do tomorrow morning at work. Just a big meeting, but probably won't have too much to say in that. Yeah. We're going to be continuing with the Sleet wheat farm today. We've got a very specific project in mind, so let's hop over. Hello. I'm going to try playing my background playlist a bit more, because I quite like a lot of the songs on here. But yeah, off it goes for now. Right, where were we? So, oop, everyone's going fast, getting loads of alerts. All the cacti are coming back online. Looks like we need to restock some of the ranches. That's usually the case. There you go. But we need some more Dracos too. That should do, I believe. So, yeah, these guys were alright. Yeah, so here's where we're putting the Sleet wheat farm. It is going to be big because wild Sleet wheat is very space inefficient. I'm actually tempted to make it even bigger. So this area at the moment is about enough for, like, it's 1.2 or 1,200 calories per cycle of Sleet wheat. So not a lot. But enough for one person in space consistently, which I think is a good target to aim for. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to make berry sludge. And the reason we want to make berry sludge is because berry sludge does not go off. Ooh, we gotta get to see someone using a juicer. Very crunchy. I like getting one of each recreational building working. Fills me with joy. But yes, we've swapped out our beverage today for some cold brew coffee because I've run out of Pepsi. Yeah, good job. Play those video games. Curse me, my light isn't fully going. I think that sorted it. Yeah, there we go. That should switch around now. So we're just trying to get the room clear at the moment, but what we're going to do is we're going to try and form a load of tiles on here. So we need to sweep out all of the resources from this area. So let's put down some tile and let's do that. I'm gonna have some doors for now, but eventually I'm gonna just seal it all in. So we're gonna want the ethanol loop to go all the way through here, but we don't want to do that yet because at the moment we're trying to heat up these little bits here. This is where we're gonna form our natural tiles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do it properly this time. I'm gonna use the conveyor loaders or the conveyor chutes. So what do we actually want? I believe we want conveyor shutoffs. Well, actually, last time we did it with... What did we do it with last time? Well, last time we just used liquid shutoffs to drop... last time we just used liquid shutoffs to drop oil in. We just left one tile of algae on each place. But we're going to do it with conveyors this time. So I think what we'll do is... What we can do is we can have some conveyor meters and then we can have some conveyor chutes. I believe it's the best way of doing it. Let's try it. So, what are we going to make the chutes out of? Blimey, we're actually running fairly low on metal. So we'll do... just stagger them out like this. And this is just to get the algae into place. Last time I did this with storage bins. I want to try it with the chutes this time. Oh, it would help if I actually spaced them out properly. There we go. Just gonna put a load of chutes in. And I think what we'll do is we'll use meters to send only 1 kilogram of algae through each time. Because we used 1 kilogram last time and that worked. So let's get this all hooked up. It's quite simple, we just do the same thing, but 108 times. I'm sure that won't get old. I'm sure I definitely won't screw it up at least once. So they're still doing some work over here. And we're going to want to sweep all of this as well to make sure they don't leave any other materials here. We just want the algae. We don't want to bury any resources. Then we can just put a tile there. Yep, you're getting rid of the vending machine. Rip. You've lost your supply of snacks. This will be a supply of a much less tasty variety of snack, but one that will keep indefinitely. So yeah, let's keep sweeping all this. So priority 9, please. I believe the consumable ore is currently turned off here. I think we could set this to anything that isn't bleach stone. I'll put oxalite there. We've ended up with a decent amount of phosphorus, which isn't ideal, but I mean, we can store it here. So these dust caps aren't getting fertilized because people haven't delivered slime. Yeah, that checks out. I don't expect anything less. Ooh, we got our auto sweepers here. So let's set these to edible. And then we can start auto sweeping the mushrooms to where they need to go. We don't have any badges to go with the mushrooms. Good grief, that's a lot of paku. How many paku we got in here now? We got 102. Nice. Well, it looks like the ranches are full again. So let's promote some more critters. We'll keep promoting them to meat. Everyone's getting shaved pretty quickly, so I think we can just attack everyone like this. Unfortunately, we lost quite a lot of the hydrogen out of our freezer because it had a leak, but we managed to cool it down again. I don't know why people are going in here. Why are you going in here? I mean, at least you're not going to get popped eardrums anymore. Why did you go in there? I'm confused. But yes, we've got 2 kitchens, so we can get all of this meat cooked fairly quickly. We're getting some stuffed berry as well. We're up to about 500,000 calories of surf and turf, which is really good. We're almost getting to the point where there's enough cooked fish that we can just cook the barbecue instead of storing it. I would really like that. So what we'll need is we'll need a conveyor loader. So we'll make this out of lead. And then we'll need meters. And thankfully we can put the meters directly underneath. And we'll make these out of lead too. And we'll do it like this. This actually requires a lot of plastic. I didn't realize you needed plastic for meters. Feels kind of arbitrary. This may be massively overkill, but I'm just doing what I did for the nature reserve on a large scale. And if nothing else, this will give everyone loads of construction experience, so seems worth a try. But yes, eventually the plan is to feed this all of these calories of barbecue and surf and turf and all that to the big tree, which we haven't found yet. But I know there's a big tree and you want to feed it lots of food. And I don't know too much about what happens after that. But it's good having a good stockpile of food anyways, just in case something goes wrong. So long as something doesn't go wrong with your freezer, then you're in trouble. Oh, damn it. And I was contemplating making this even bigger. It should be fairly easy to hook up, but we'll get them to build all of the meters before I connect up the other ends. So we're gonna need... Wow, this really is using up all our metal. Am I even actually gonna be able to build this? I may need to do a mining mission just to get more metal for this. Holy crap. I think there's a solid argument to be made of just doing the storage bins instead. But I want to try this. We already did the storage bin method once. So we're just connecting all the meters to the chutes. The idea is that each meter will let through 1 kilogram of algae. And then that will make a 1 kilogram tile of dirt when we cook it. And I want that mass to be as low as possible so that it cooks easily. That was not exactly what I wanted. I've lost track of where it was. Right, okay, there we go. Cycle 420 complete. Nice. It only comes once a map. So we'll keep hooking this up, and you'll be relieved to know that we're actually done. Oh god, these all require power. Okay. That shouldn't be too bad. Just grab a load of lead and we'll just hook it up like this. We'll want those again for when we do the liquid shutoffs. Although actually, no, we do want to do liquid shutoffs because we've got to make sure that the water that goes in here is hot. Or the oil that goes in here is hot. So, I believe we have a nearby iron volcano that we can use for the heat. So let's see if we can go hook that up. In the meantime, we'll just get everything swept. And I believe we can go up to here. We can start tiling in here because I want to reclaim this space. I don't want to let all the salt water through. So here's the iron volcano. That's what we're going to use for the heat. So I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, okay. Well, that's not ideal. We've also let in slightly too much steam from the sauna. Eventually we're going to have to let some steam out, otherwise the volcano is going to overpressurize. But for now, let's disable the steam turbines. And we'll just overheat the steam in here eventually. But yeah, these guys are going to have a lot of work to do to get this all finished. Looks like some fried mushroom died somewhere. What is wrong with these mushrooms? No one's fertilizing them. Okay. I don't know why no one's fertilizing them, but let's just disable that for now. Where is the slime? The slime's all down here. That can be accessed. Just no one's going down there. With the last stream, we got this iron tamer working. And I believe this is fully working now. There's a decent amount of heat in here, but most of the steam has actually been released. So it's not cooling properly. Meanwhile, the steam in here is pretty much dispersed. Condensed back into water. So this room is going to fill up with natural gas again. And the cooling loop has pretty much swung into full effect, so when this erupts again, the steam should condense from that fairly quickly. I mean, how much steam is down here? Just not a lot. I mean, the ultimate goal is just to get the water from this and to use it to cool down the iron volcano and then pump that water out the steam turbines. So delete that heat. So I don't mind if this room actually gets empty. Well, I mean, I guess I do because eventually it'll overheat. Ah, we may have a problem. May need to let some, may need to just stop the liquid flow. Because at the moment we're draining all the water off to go into the oil wells, but we actually do need a little bit of water in here just to conduct the heat away. I've got some ice. Let's can we put some ice in here? Can we make a temperature plate out of ice? No, not quite enough. I could put a storage bin here and put ice in here. That should provide enough water, I believe. So we'll get that built as well. Yeah, this is going to take a while for everyone to build this. In the meantime, we'll just continue with all of these projects. So we can do something like that. I want to reclaim this whole area. Yeah, so everyone's got a lot of stuff to do at the moment. Who's going to come build this? Max. Okay. In the meantime, what's happening on a little couple's retreat? Not too much. Yes, this is starting to overheat. We're going to need to drop that, we're going to need to drop that ice off in here. And hopefully that will give enough water that we can actually circulate this. So liquefiable. I don't mind what. Yellow alert that. And in the meantime, I think it's probably a wise idea to start getting rid of... Start finding more of the metal ore on the map and just appropriating that. So where are the biggest clusters that are closest to the base? There's a lot of metal ore over there. A lot of... what's this? Oh, uranium. Okay, that's not exactly what I had in mind. Oh, there's even uranium in there. I didn't spot that. Well, it looks to me like the biggest cluster of metal is actually over here. So let's dig in here. Set a dig errand. We'll go over the top. We'll just come in here and we'll just start getting rid of all of it. And go. You can go like this. So what you want to do, what you can do when you're digging out a big pile of something like this, is you just stagger it like this. And then the dupes can clamber between the tiles that you leave behind. There we go. So that should liberate most of that iron. Then the rest we can come down here. Oh, not quite like that. Like this. That will at least replenish our stocks of iron. Yes, we're starting to get our meters, so we'll want to set the limit as low as we can. So set it to 1 unit. Don't believe it will go lower. Oh, it will. Oh, okay. Oh wow, we can set it as low as we want. So, I wonder what the smallest amount is that we can turn into a tile. That might mean that we have to heat up the oil less. We'll try 0.01. Maybe that's going to send like 10 grams of algae in here. That would be quite interesting. Yeah, we dropped all the ice in here. Okay, I believe you're done with that. Okay. What's going to happen with this ice? The ice actually going to melt? Oh, I put it in the wrong end. Okay, I need to put the ice... I need to manually load the ice in here. So liquefiable, enable manual use, exclamation mark. So let's see how that goes. I hope you're just going to come back down. Actually, let's... Oh, hold on. Let's turn off refined metal. Yeah, sorry about that. We don't want to reheat all of that. Oh, and we've ended up with CO2 in here. How? Oh no. There was solid CO2. There was solid CO2 at the top of the base. We just vented it all into this room, which was a perfect vacuum. Oh no. I mean, at least that has actually cooled everything down somehow. Good lord, that was a lot of CO2 we brought down here. I didn't even consider that that was a thing. So let's stop loading this with CO2. I can't believe I just did that. But at least it should melt all the ice. Let's open this again. We'll vent all of that gas. Oh no, now the steam is coming out. Oh, god damn. Are you serious? Okay, there's all the ice. Now we're gonna load it in here. Okay, now we can just unload all of this. We can set it back to refined metal. And disable manual use. And then we got the ice here, and that should start to melt. So now this is gonna work in closed loop mode again. And now we just have to get all the CO2 out. Which... that is probably the dumbest thing I've done in this game. Almost certainly. Yeah, they're gonna take an absolute age to build this. Okay, let's disable the oil wells as well. So they don't try and vent them. Yeah, this ice should melt soon. So, in the meantime... Why is all this food decaying? Seems like people are just leaving food around. Not very cash money. So we'll need to hook up this as well, so let's go in here. Looks like we are liberating all the iron from this area. And this is actually part of the base. And I don't think this hydrogen's going to be released anytime soon, but I should be careful anyways. I think I will just seal this off. That will, I believe that will do. So, who we got? Or what we got? None of those guys. No thank you. Yeah, you guys are going to be building all this stuff for a while. How is the ice looking? Needs a little bit longer. That's actually a large amount of CO2 as well. That's quite concerning. Who's idle? Oh, yeah, who is idle? Oh, yeah, you've trapped yourselves. Okay, good job. Good job there, SpongeBob. Good job. Okay, so we got about 30 tons of metal from that, so that's pretty good. And then we can just we can get the rest like this. There we go. Now I'm going to set this to priority 6. I do want them to do this construction first. Because they just don't want to wait all day for this. We're getting the conveyor chutes up. And when this is all built, we'll set these all to the minimum amount that we can load in them. And we will, then we'll send the conveyor across. And we'll make the conveyor with all of this iron that we've just liberated. Probably actually dig this out too. I don't think there's any reason not to. You guys should be busy building all of this. Should keep you busy for a while. We did let a few rare gases out. We can pump this for a little bit. Start getting more of them out. At this stage, I'm pretty much just concerned with consuming the slime with these, so I don't mind if they're actually operating or not. I just want to get rid of all the slime. Something's overheating again, it's this thing. Okay, well, the water has been melted. Well, the ice is melted into water, I suppose. Auto sweeper is still broken. So that would need to be repaired. It is letting some of the water out. Let's just do this. I don't want it to let any of the water out. We'll just close this door now. So that's released some steam. That should circulate and delete the heat in here, but we do need to get rid of all this CO2. I think what I want to do is I want to set this pipe up over or pump up over here, and then we'll pump that all out as well. And I'll just make some automation for that as well. We'll just connect that to this area here. Oh, no we won't. We'll ignore that. We'll connect it down here. So we'll go across like that, and I'll put in a switch here as well, because we're probably going to want to turn this on and off with automation instead of just with dupes coming in here, because it's going to take ages to get a dupe in here. And this isn't working too bad for now, because the steam is just rising to the top. Yeah, that's tolerable. Not too bad. Who's starving? Why is Travaldo starving? Unpermitted food, meat. Oh, no one can cook. Okay. Yeah, so I guess you two can eat meat. I'll allow it. Did they change this menu? It's a lot cleaner than I remember it being. Yeah, please eat the meat. Unfortunately, neither of you have cooking. That's probably worth doing. We're not doing a huge amount here at the moment, if I'm being honest. Still trying to hook some of this up. But now, I'm actually going to get rid of these 3 beds, because we're doing most of our construction on home planet again. And what I'll do is I'll skill up, let's see. I'll skill up Ada in cooking. And then we can put a grill here and grill some meat. All I want to do is grill. Because we've got a lot of hatches here. We've just got a lot of wild hatches just hanging out. So we'll want to grill those every now and then. And then when this thing gets some polluted water again, yeah, it's just getting fed off the bathroom for now. So we shouldn't rely on any of the bog buckets for food. I think it's going to mostly be the meal wood. Yeah, we'll just keep 2 dupes here for now. Polluted... So the volcano's dormant. We're going to get polluted water again fairly soon. This place is cooling down because we're letting all the chill out of the cold biome. I built a cooling system here, but we may not even need it. Well, we do kind of need it for the bog buckets, but yeah, so let's actually set this. So send green signal if above 30 degrees. Is that what we want? When do we want this water to leave? Yeah, let's set it to above 25. So we'll just circulate the same cold water until it heats up, and then we'll drop it off in here. And we're not going to want it at -10. That's probably going to be too cold. So what we should actually do is make this regular pipe so that it leaches some of the heat out before it gets there. Okay, let's go back. What did I set to yellow alert again? Storage bin. That does not need to be yellow alert. Yeah, it's just empty. Sorry, I've had a yellow screen for the last half an hour probably. But we need this to be priority 9. Because we do want to get the CO2 out of here. And we want to repair this again. Because we are deleting the heat out of this room. The iron is actually cooling down. We've got enough steam in here that's working at the moment. But we're still going to want to vent all this CO2. Is this all even getting built? I don't know. What's everyone doing? So we've got long commutes. Everyone is getting construction supplies. So let's have a look at priorities quickly. So if I zoom out, got any red priority anywhere? We have down here, so they should be building all this, but apart from that, they should be building all the other stuff. We got a power transformer that needs to be replaced. So let's do that, and then I'll come back and replace that once the yellow alert is filled. yeah, this is all getting built. We should be able to vent the CO2 up here fairly soon. So we'll only want to activate these oil wells when the geyser is actually venting. Everyone form a nice orderly queue. You know what I might do? I might just put a second transit tube here. Literally, why not? Stuff is getting swept. Well, stuff's getting swept up here. That is what we want. That is good. I get the feeling that's going to take quite a while. Seems to be what most people are doing at the moment. How are the gases looking? Okay, we can turn this off again. I'm just turning that on and off every now and then. A, to drop some oxygen down here, just in case. And B, mostly to get rid of all the spare gases that have ended up in the base. They tend to settle around this layer. At least the CO2 is hanging out at the oxyferns now. The CO2 is where it should be in the base. Got a large amount of hydrogen up here. Don't think is a problem. Why are you prioritizing this over these? I'm serious. So it looks like all the remaining construction just requires lead and iron ore. So that could be why. Or have you just trapped yourself? No, you've not trapped yourself. Right, so this is venting CO2 slowly, so we'll just keep an eye on this. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a lot of stuff is actually getting built. Like, these guys should be pretty quick. Well, I guess we're coming in here and building all this. I guess I'll set this to manual use, priority 9, and you can... I mean, we're making this all out of lead, so let's go grab a load of lead. That's probably what the constraint is again, they're just shuffling lead from the oil biome up here. So you guys should be loading that. No conveyor receptacle. Okay. We will make a single conveyor rail. What does that sound? And yeah, you can priority 9 this. What is the hot tub doing? So we've got some hot water in here, but the building is currently too hot. So we're waiting for it to cool down, and this space heater should be disabled, so it will eventually cool down. I'm thinking we may need to speed to this. Is the heat at least building up in here? No. Why not? Why is the ethanol loop broken? What? How? Disabled by automation grid. Wow, the room is heating up. I think we need to let a single tile of ethanol out of here. So let's do that. Let's do that here. The loop has just blocked itself somehow. Sorry, Mr. Guy, we are calling you off your lunch break. We do need this to keep cycling. There we go. Not quite sure how that happened, but that should get it cooled down again. That could almost have caused some problems. We got this much food stored up. Some of it is gonna go off immediately. It's just how it goes. So let's speed up just a little bit. I don't really want to give anyone any more work to do because we just want to get the Sleet wheat farm up. That is the goal at the moment. And we've been playing a while and it hasn't really happened. All the lead is down there, so let's get it loaded in here. Got a decent amount of exosuits coming out. There is a lot of ranching work going on. I kind of wish we had more ranches. But we are getting this stuff built just very, very slowly. So can we store... Okay, we are going to store lead in here. I think it's just the lead, really. We've got iron ore elsewhere, so this should all be being built. This one needs to drop the lead off. So Frankie coming back with a load of lead. Okay, that's good. Let's get it done. Wait, have I lost him? I have indeed lost him. There he is. 1,000 kilograms of lead. So that's a decent start. And then I can just use that to build all of this. So this should speed up the construction because they should just fetch the lead from here. I hope. Yeah, this looks like it's working properly. Starting to get stuff built. Still sweeping all the items as well. Plenty of storage space for that. I should probably just put the storages up here. They're going to be spending a lot of time going back and forth sweeping stuff here. But at the same time, we do actually just want to collect all the stuff here. So I'm just going to leave that. If they take a bit longer, that's fine. But I just want all the stuff on the map to end up in that one spot, really. Wow, they've really taken all that lead. Okay. Let's reload this. At least they're getting stuff built quickly. They're actually spending quite a lot of time pondering, even now, on Speed 1. It's because there's so much stuff on the map, so much stuff for them to do. I need to be careful. I need to save some of my coffee for tomorrow's meeting, because it's going to be very long and very boring. So the other thing is plastic, but we have loads of plastic, so I don't think that's going to be the problem for these conveyor meters. Yeah, this lead got used up a lot quicker than I thought it would. I guess we should wrangle this Dreco too. We did free a Dreco. I can't wait to get this online. It's going to take so long, but it's going to be worth it. And the next task will be to have the pips come in and do all the planting. That's going to take a while too. Food is decayed. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm just going to speed to it at this point, because we just need this to be built. That's all it comes down to, really. But then again, they just spend more time pondering if it's on speed 2. Like, it technically speeds it up but not by a factor of 2. And I don't want them to waste all this time. I want to get this built as quickly as possible early game. But the funny thing is, we're going to want to disassemble all this stuff afterwards as well. I'm going to set this to yellow alert. We just need the lead to be brought up here. I feel like that's the main remaining constraint on the design. Let's have a look at what's going on the other planet in the meantime, because we don't need to just babysit that. So we're getting to the point where we're going to release all of this cold brine. This isn't actually connected up either. We do need this pump to be connected up. So we don't need conductive wire for that. We need regular wire. I believe we'll just send that up here as well. I did put a ladder there, so that is fine. So we'll just feed it in there. Unreachable food, Nickler and nails. You've trapped yourselves. Yes, you will need to get these built. This is an interesting puzzle. I'm sure you'll solve it. There is igneous rock over here. How is loading this going? So Bert and Catalina are coming back with the lead. They're getting the lead out, as you would say. I don't know how the water got in here. We'll want to sweep this water too. I mean, one way of getting around this is we could literally just freeze water. But we would need a lot of water per tile for it to freeze. That's why we're not doing that. We're not doing that because this would require like somewhere between 200 and 400 kilograms per tile. And there's 108 tiles. So that'd be close to 20 tons of water. Which is actually only 20 tiles. Maybe we just do that. Cooling all that down is going to take a while, but probably not going to take as long as building all of these. What else is yellow alert? Why is this overheating again? Where? What? Where's all the water gone? All the water has disappeared in this machine. That's not very good. Where'd it go? How'd it go? Because this thing was turned off. This thing is turned off. So where did all the water go? We had like 600 kilograms in here. This door's been locked. We've got some water over here, but it's like grams. Wait, don't tell me. Have we literally frozen everything? No, I don't think we have. Well, now I'm just confused. I mean, I guess we might as well just vent all of the CO2 in the meantime. But, bleh. We want to put some more water in here, otherwise this is all gonna overheat very quickly. We just dump some polluted water in here again. Probably worth doing. So we'll just put some bottle emptiers here. We'll just empty some water in here for now, just to get it going again. But yeah, the main project that we're trying to get done is the Sleet wheat farm. So we had a plan, which I thought was brilliant, may not be so brilliant, which was to get a load of conveyor meters so we can drop 10 grams of algae in each of these bits and cook 10 gram dirt tiles. That'll be super easy to cool. And then we plant the sleet wheat in them with pips. But the only issue is, this requires a lot of metal, and they're currently scouring the map for metal. So it might take a little while. But when this is all done, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it should be 108 sleet wheats, which, given the growth of wild sleet wheat, will be about 1,200 calories of berry sludge per day. And we've got the bristle blossoms down here. So they're not growing at the moment. That's fine. So that should be enough for one person in space continuously, which is about what we're going for. And then once this is done, we're probably going to start the space program. So I want to do more advanced research. We've used up all our data banks. So let's... How much of the different waters do we have at the moment? Let's see. So we have 4 tons of salt water, 2 tons of brine, 5.6 tons of polluted water. Let's do the salt water because it doesn't off gas. So salt water, brine, you can all go in here. We'll just drop this off in here and we'll evaporate that. What else have we got? Ooh, we've got a starry-eyed pilot. Now that's interesting. I mean, he doesn't have anything else other than piloting. He's got increased Decor morale bonus. That's pretty good. I think we take him. I think we have a dedicated rocket pilot here. Yeah, let's do it. You can be our dedicated rocket pilot. There you go. Rocket piloting. Good old Abe. So, priorities. Your priority is actually going to be rocket piloting. That's going to be the main thing you do. So, in the meantime, I guess we'll want to send someone back to this planet. We're going to put a grill here. Ada can cook, so we're going to put a grill here. And then, I guess a bed? I guess Ada can sleep in the bed. And, we'll put a mellow here. And we'll send... I think for now we're just going to send Abe here. Like, he doesn't actually have anything to do on the other planet, so we're just going to send Abe straight here. So you can go in here. Yeah. you get to stay on our special resort world, which is, I guess some would call it a last resort world. So yes, you are going to be very slow indeed going there. Let's watch this. Are you ready for this? Oh boy, we got the slow walk. Slow walk of shame. In fact, you can actually leave off your suit because you are going to go straight in the tube. So yep, there you go. Down the tube you go. Have fun. And then you can just go in a teleporter. Okay, let's go. It's long, Abe. We've known you for a long time. You have your sights on the stars, so that means you get to stay here. And you're mostly coming here because you have low morale requirements. So you'll be happy here. And who knows, you might even get some exercise. Building broken, Jumbo. Yeah, this is all going to break until we dump more water in here. People are dumping water in here. But it does all just seem to be getting lost. I want to disassemble, disable auto repair for now because these are just going to keep breaking. I kind of accepted that. Let's not waste all of our steel on this. We're still just venting all this CO2. I did a really dumb thing. So, I set this room so that it would, let all the liquefiables in here, and they would evaporate. And what did I let in here? I let in all of the CO2, the solidified CO2 from the space biome, which was about probably a ton, because I vented my CO2 geyser out there for eons. So, yeah, that could have gone a lot better. Yeah, let's go back to the main base. This stuff still isn't getting built. People really don't seem to be prioritizing it. You've got construction supply, ranch, ponder. People are spending a lot of time pondering. I'm going to set this to 9. Because I don't want to wait around for this all day. I would quite like for this to actually get built. I haven't got any funny access permissions on here. People are just being a bit slow. So we've let some water in here. This is evaporating. Steam turbines are running. None of the water is getting let out. So I believe this is working properly. Our cooling loop is still working. I mean, we've got the cooling loop working at the moment because we're trying to cool the output of the geyser, but the geyser isn't actually erupting. So we should probably have a switch for this as well. You can just try hooking it up directly and see if that works. But I don't think we've lost the water due to freezing it, because otherwise it would still be a solid tile on the ground. The steam definitely isn't coming out of here. What is Abe getting up to? He is going to go on the phone. That is a good use. That's a good thing for you to do. I should give you guys some hats again. Or I might just make this the hat-free colony, and then Abe gets to wear the hat. He's the leader. Does this count as a bedroom? It does. Or a barracks. It's good enough. The question is, who's going to build this? Everyone's got these set to different priorities. But it looks like people are running across and actually building these. Okay, that's good. So here's our giant farm. What's overheated? Yeah, this is overheated. That's kind of expected because we've not got the water in here at the moment. I mean, some of it's evaporating. It's kind of just hovering over here. But then it is getting fed into these steam turbines. So the bar on the steam turbine corresponds to how much wattage it's generating, and that will correspond to the temperature of the steam that's actually going in. So this steam over here is cooler than this steam here, which makes sense because this is where all the hot iron from the volcano is. And in fact, this is actually getting too hot now. And that's because the steam over here is hotter than 200 degrees. Well, actually, this is self-cooled. So this is designed to work self-cooling itself at a heat of about 135 degrees. So this is a lot hotter than 135 degrees. So that's causing the steam turbine to overheat, which means it won't work. So the steam is eventually going to wander over here and get absorbed by these turbines instead. Generally, with one iron volcano, you need about 3 steam turbines for it to absorb all of the heat from the iron and put it into the water. But we're still trying to refill this room with water because we dumped a load of carbon dioxide in here by accident. And that is currently all getting pumped out. So some of the steam is wandering over here and it's just going to sit here until it condenses. Yeah, here's the farm we're trying to build. At the moment, we're just trying to build the conveyor setup for it, and this is taking slightly longer than I thought it would. We're also trying to sweep the room and make sure that it's all empty, because we're going to lock this up eventually. It's going to all be automated, so we don't want anyone to get in here. So we want to remove all the stuff, and because it's going to be holding sleet wheat, it's going to be it's going to need to be cold. So we're actually farming sleet wheat. Hi Ben, hope you're doing well. So in our freezer here, we've got some sleet wheat seeds. Oh, we should have sleet wheat seeds somewhere. Let's find them on our list. So we brought a load of them over from the radioactive planet. So that should be in cooking ingredients. Yes. So we have 961 kilograms of sleet wheat. I should put that on my list. And they're all here in the freezer, where everything else that needs to be cold is. So we got those from our radioactive planet here. There's a big frozen biome that we've sort of broken into. And we got some wild plants, and they basically just grew sleet wheat for about 500 cycles on their own. And we harvested all of the wild sleet wheat that accumulated in here over those 500 cycles, because it was all stored in a sterile environment because it was carbon dioxide and it was super cold. So that stored itself. So we brought that over here, and we're going to plant those sleet wheats in these tiles. So what this setup here at the moment is we're going to try and make some natural dirt tiles, and then we're going to get the squirrels. We've got pips, which are these cute little squirrels, and they can plant plants as wild plants. So we got them to plant some cacti over here, and this is our nature reserve that our guys walk through every time they go out the base, and that gives them a morale bonus. So they're going to do what we did for the cacti, and we're going to just industrialize it. And the reason we're doing that is because wild plants don't require any input resources. So we're not going to have to put anything into these sleet wheat. We're just going to leave them cold, and then they'll provide us the sleet wheat over time. And sleet wheat takes an absolute age to grow, so we've built a massive farm. And this will have 108 sleet wheat in it. And that will be enough sleet wheat for 1,200 calories per day of berry sludge. And the ultimate point of this is that the berry sludge would... berry sludge is what we're going to feed our rocket pilot, because berry sludge doesn't go off. And I want to just have a big stockpile of food in the rocket. No, it's sleet wheat. It's this stuff. Yeah, so it's cold. It's sleet wheat because it's cold, and it grows in the cold environment. So, yeah, essentially we're going to make this a big frozen block where we're growing wild sleet wheat. And at the moment, all these conveyors, we're just trying to drop off. We're trying to drop off algae in these bits, and then we're going to drop hot oil on the algae to cook it into a natural tile. And then the pip, which is the squirrel. The squirrel is going to plant the sleet wheat in the dirt tile. Because what we've got for most of these farms is we've got farm tiles. So the plant's domesticated. But then domestic plants require fertilization. And for sleet wheat, you have to fertilize it with very cold water. And it's kind of fiddly. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get the pips, which are these guys, to wild plant it. And then I won't have to upkeep it. I can just lock it in a cold room, and it will grow over time. And then we'll have some of these auto sweepers. They'll sweep the finished off wheat out of this room, and then we'll make it into berry sludge here. So we'll queue it up, make it to berry sludge with the bristleberries, and we're we're growing the bristleberries down here. Yeah, it's very convoluted and complicated, but that's what I like about this game. You having a good evening then? Did you enjoy Sin? Yeah, that's exactly it. And the reason we're doing that is because berry sludge is the one food that never goes off. So you don't need a freezer for it. We're just going to store a huge quantity on the rocket. We haven't actually built the rocket yet. We haven't really done anything with space. We've got a load of solar panels. Not all of them are working because we don't actually need all of them working yet. But we're gonna put our rocket somewhere up here. eventually. But yeah, unfortunately, they're just taking a while to build this, because it requires a lot of metal, and we're sort of burying the metal back and forth from across the map. So we're kind of waiting for them to do that. So, did you say... Yeah. Oh, I haven't played Civ 6 in ages. We should do a proper multiplayer session again at some point. So how's this going? Still venting the CO2 out of here. You know what? I'm going to turn this on. Just want to get the CO2 out of here. Is that actually on? It is. I need to enable it here because I disabled it here. Yeah. I've got lots of complicated things going here. So, in case you're interested, how are we feeding the pips? So these pips like to eat trees. So we've got a tree growing in each of these rooms. And the tree is being fed by polluted water. So some of that polluted water is coming from our bathrooms. So I don't need to explain that one. But most of the polluted water is coming from a geyser here, or a vent here which releases it. And then on the other planet, there's another vent over here that we're also using, and we're pumping that through a teleporter up here. No? Up here, yeah. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, you got timed out by the bot. Wait, what happened? Stop spamming symbols. I haven't seen that one before. I'm sorry, the bot timed you out. Yeah, so essentially we're feeding the pips off the okay. Sorry about that. Occasionally we get bots in here, so I do have some auto moderation on here. Apologies. But yeah, we're feeding them off the bathroom, but that doesn't work from like, you can't just feed them off the bathroom, because I mean, mass conservation would tell you can't feed the pips off the output of these and then feed people off the pips. Because the main reason we started with the pips was to feed the people. Because this map started off really hot. Like, if I zoom out... let's see. So the whole map is very hot. Like, most of the map is above 30 degrees. There's a few very cold regions, but they're all radioactive. So that meant it was too hot to actually farm anything. So all of the farms that we have for regular food are set up with like cooling networks and like complicated stuff. So what we actually did from the very start is we just hooked up the geyser, we fed it to the trees, and we fed the pips. And then our people ate the pips. And that was how we got enough food for people to survive. But obviously, if you're just feeding the pips off the bathrooms, you're getting like a negative like amount of food. Eventually, you're going to run out of food. So we had to use the geyser, but that's fine. Yeah, these guys are trying, but there's just a lot of stuff to clean up from here. Like, there's tons and tons of material in here just stacked up on the floor. And B, they're just taking their sweet time just building all this. So, we're keeping our eye on a few things in the meantime. What else have we got? So, we've got a load of, like, volcano tamers. So, we're getting all of our refined metal. Oh yeah, you can see the chat now. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. So we're getting all our refined metal from these volcanoes. So this volcano is just about to erupt, so I'll show you what will happen. But essentially, 7.4 kilograms per second of gold is going to come out of this. It's going to be 2,600 degrees. So that's extremely hot. And if you try and build anything with that, your people will get scolded. And it's very bad. So we're trying to cool the metal before it leaves the room. And what we've got here is essentially, we've got a room full of steam. And then we've got an auto sweeper and a conveyor loader. And what that will do is it will load all of the gold onto this loop. So the gold will circulate around the room and distribute all of its heat into the steam. And then that steam will get hot, and then the steam turbine will activate. That'll generate power, and that will cool down the steam into water. And then we just dump the water back in here. So effectively, we're turning all the heat from the volcano into power. And then when the gold is cold enough, it just gets dropped out here. So we've got a nice big pile of gold here. And that's what they build stuff out of. Because we mined most of the metal on the map. And I picked this map because there are 5 iron volcanoes. So there's an absolutely massive amount of iron on the map. That's why I picked this seed. And in case anyone is curious as to how to find custom or how to find specific levels in this game, you can use this website. And you can search for maps that have a load of stuff on them. But yes, yes, this game is very complicated, and that's why I like it. It is the gift that doesn't stop giving, because there's always stuff to do. Just while we're waiting for them to finish all of this. So the other thing is oxygen. Oxygen is not included by default. You have to generate oxygen for your people. So how are we doing this? Well, we started off with some oxyferns. This whole place started off as a hot forest. And these plants are normal plants. So they turn carbon dioxide and water into oxygen. But there's a limited amount of them and they don't reproduce. So this is enough oxygen here for about, say, 6 people. But we've got 24 here. So we need a bit more oxygen than what we can get just off these regular old plants. So what we've actually got is we've got some electrolyzers in here. So what we're doing is we're pumping all of the hot water on the map. So we've got like a cool steam vent here. We've got a saltwater geyser here. We've got another cool steam vent over here. And we're just pumping all the water from that as the steam condenses into these electrolyzers. And then what we've actually got is we've got saltwater tiles on the bottom and water on the top. And what that's doing is the gas is coming out here. The electrolyzer is turning the water into oxygen and hydrogen. And the oxygen all just goes down here. It sinks because it's heavier. And then that gets pumped into the base. So we've got the oxygen coming out here. And that's just getting pumped into the base. It's getting pumped into the Atmos suits. So that people can wander around outside the map and not suffocate. And the hydrogen goes into some hydrogen generators. And these power the base. Although actually, to be honest, these power generators, these hydrogen generators, are just hooked straight up to the electrolyzers. And these produce enough hydrogen to power the setup forever. So it's net power positive. And yeah, we're generating off them, and then we can use some of the spare to go in here, but to be honest, we're getting so much power off our steam turbines and solar panels, we don't actually need to. So all of the hydrogen is actually getting stored up here. Yeah. Yeah, the physics is reality adjacent in this game. But it is consistent. I mean, for instance here, so normally these electrolyzers overpressurize when there's too much gas pressure. But because they're submerged in a liquid, they're not quite doing that. They're just going forever. So we've got about 500 atmospheres of hydrogen pressure stored up here. So if we ever run out of power, this hydrogen will get put in the generators and that will feed us for quite a while. But if I broke any of these tiles, essentially the whole base would fill with hydrogen. and you'll find this funny as well, because we've done a lot of work on natural gas works together. We've got natural gas up here. So we've got a geyser that vents our natural gas. And we have a pump that feeds that into some generators. Yeah. And the generators let out polluted water, and then they produce power. And we pump this polluted water into our plants. But the spare natural gas from here, let me show you. So it gets fed into the plants, or into the power generators. If there's excess, it gets pumped into the stoves, it gets pumped into the cooling loop, and we're doing that because natural gas retains a lot of heat or weight, so it's pretty good as a cooling loop. But the real excess, it gets vented out here. So normally gas vents have a pressure limit, but if you have them on a liquid tile, so we've got a bit of crude oil here, then it will think the liquid pressure is the actual gas pressure. So effectively, it will just keep venting the gas into here. And we have about 1,100 atmospheres of natural gas in here. So we don't want to release that. If we broke this tile out, it would flood the whole base in natural gas. So we don't do that. But yeah, and then so we've also got an oil refinery in here, and what we're doing is this machine down here. So we've got a cool steam vent here. The water from this is getting, or the steam from this is getting heated by the iron volcano. It goes into these steam turbines, and then that gets pumped into these oil wells, and they're not working at the moment, but essentially this is where we're getting oil from. And that oil goes up here, and then a guy comes in here and he turns it into petroleum in his little lab. And then what we're doing with that petroleum is we are shoving it into these polymer presses and turning it into plastic. So we just got a load of plastic down here, and we use the plastic for building stuff. And then and the refinery process produces some natural gas. So yeah, look, Ari is doing it now. So he's taking the crude oil, he's turning it into petroleum. That's going up there. Yeah, I can name the little guys. Do you want a little guy named Ben? there's 27 dudes. But yeah, we can totally name them. So we've got Ari. Most of them are wearing the orange hats, and that's just so I know that they can go out in the Atmo suits. So most of them the same set of skills, but we do have a few specific people. So Gosman's the decorator. She's a decorator. I don't think there's anyone who specifically does the bad. Oh no, there is. It's Travaldo. Ah, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, Travaldo ends up doing all the crappy stuff because he's immune to food poisoning and he's germ resistant. So we send him anywhere where there's loads of germs, and he's just not worried about it. Okay, we'll rename. I'm gonna rename him to what are we gonna rename him to? How do I even rename people? I've never renamed people in this game. I know it's possible. I think it might be somewhere else. It must be a different window. I've played this game for like 1,000 hours and I don't know how to rename people. Oh, we need to move Nails and Neymar onto the schedule too. I never did that. Because they get a bonus early in the morning and they've just been sleeping right through that bonus. Wow, we've got a lot of them, actually. I didn't even consider that. Yeah, I'll figure out how to rename someone. Oh, God. In fact, Travaldo's even on his own schedule. That's hilarious. I don't want to rename the schedule. I've literally never renamed anyone. So Travaldo is here. Here we go. There we go. I'm gonna name him LT Special. There we go. Yeah, so he's the LT Special, and he goes around and he does all the Jeremy stuff. Although he's not actually like he's actually he's got a special bonus as well. So he's got an unwaveringly positive outlook on life. So he gets minus 20% stress per cycle, which is a huge bonus. And he actually got that by visiting a brain in a jar. So we discovered a brain in a jar up here. So we sent LT to the neural vacillator, and he reduces stress level permanently. Yeah, I love it. How's this going? You guys finished yet? This is getting built. People aren't really hurrying though. I'm gonna, at this point, I've waffled on long enough. I'm gonna get these people to build it. So you guys can yellow alert build this. So stop whatever you're doing and come and build this, please. Because I want to finish this and actually move on with this project. I've got another 2 hours probably max before I have to go to bed. So we're gonna try and get this farm done in the next 2 hours. So you guys just aren't building this stuff. I'm actually gonna. So Bert is building that. I'm actually gonna save and reload. I feel like the dupes have gotten a bit confused, and they're called dupes because they're duplicants. They're all clones. They're not actually real people. The lore in this game, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't finished this game, is that people actually blew up Earth, and the duplicants are all imperfect clones of the people who blew up Earth. Yeah, I think a Civ LAN party would be really good. I'd love that. I haven't had a good LAN party in ages, and now that COVID is dying down, we could do that. I'm just running this off my laptop, so I can just take that and come join you guys. So yeah, we're just going to try and reload this just to get people to do stuff. So people should recognize that this is a yellow alert now. Let's go. So I imagine everyone's going to end up wandering over here. No? Yes. Let's get some of this built. I'm kind of building it because I wanted to try it. What I did last time for the nature reserve up here is I just used storage bins, but I wanted to try it with the conveyors, and that way I could use less algae per tile. But I'm not sure it was worth all the time spent. Okay, so this seems to have kicked everyone into gear. They're actually building this now. And I'm hoping if we yellow alert it and absolutely everyone is working on it, they'll get it built in like a day. Wait, why have we got idols? Oh, everyone's finished here. They've run out of things to do. Okay. Well, I can't actually think of anything else I want you to do at the moment, so we're just going to make a gym. So we're going to make some manual generators, i.e. hamster wheels. And we're going to hook them up to this light. We're going to hook them up to a lamp. And the lamp is not going to be hooked up to a battery. And it's not going to power anything. They only work as long as I give them stuff to do. If they get everything done, then and they just sit around. I mean, I've scheduled up, well, this is a fairly normal schedule. Like, most of the day they work, and then they have downtime in the evening, and then they go to bed, and then they wake up. And they only have to sleep for like an hour, so they're quite efficient. And not everyone gives them 5 cycles of downtime, but I do. These guys put up with enough crap from me. Like these guys all have hypothermia at the moment. They've all been dumpster diving in here, this very cold brine, to get this tunnel built. So these guys put up with enough rubbish from me, so they deserve a break. Yeah, they do get extra. They do get a bonus. So in this game, the duplicants have morale. So, based on how many skills they acquire, the more skills they acquire, the more morale they need to stay happy. And if they don't have enough morale, then their stress will start to increase. So, at the moment, let's have a look at LT. So he's sopping wet, so that's 20% stress per cycle. But he's got high morale, so that's minus 20% stress per cycle. He had a chat with someone, so minus 5% per cycle. And he's also got his famous sunny disposition, so he's got minus 20% from that. So overall, he's losing stress. But if people have low morale, then instead of a negative amount, that'll be a positive amount. So then his stress will go up, and when that hits 100%, they will do something bad. So, so that's Abe. So if Abe gets stressed, his reaction is ugly crier. So he's gonna go sit in a corner and cry for like a day if he gets stressed. So he won't do anything. He won't eat. He won't be productive. And he'll just leak water everywhere. So it's not really what you want. Looks like we've got something from the printing pod. So you start the game off with the... ooh, this person's good. This person's actually good, and I am looking for more people. So... yes. Welcome to the colony. So you can have... yeah, you could be the farmer over there. And we're going to send you to the other planet as well. So, set some priorities. So, yeah, your priority is farming, mostly, and then building. So, yeah, the area, you can just go straight to the other planet too. We want to keep sending more people over there. Oh, the teleport's not ready yet. Okay, she can relax. So far, I haven't done any space travel. So we start off on a planet, and we started off on a big planet. And then we discovered this planet over here, but that's only because there's a teleporter that we went through. And that's where we've set up our base, is where the teleporter was. But you could eventually you can build rockets, and then you can find several other planets. And none of them are as big as your starting planet, but they all have interesting things on them. Okay, so now we've got the hamster wheels hooked up to the light. So I'll set these to priority 1, because I don't want them doing this. But if they haven't got anything else to do, they'll just run on the wheel and power the light. Oh, these guys are all super cold because they just had a dip in the brine. I'm sure this will help warm them up. Oh yeah, there we go. It actually did. Wow. There you go. You're all cured. And so normally you do this to generate power. And it's what you do at the start of the game to generate power. Generally you get more efficient sources later on. But in this case we're doing it to give them something to do. Because it also increases their athletics skill while they're on it. And the athletics skill determines how fast they run. So we're training these dupes to run faster by getting them to do this when they haven't got anything else to do. So that's fine for now, because we just want to finish off stuff here. But yeah, the yellow alert seems to be working. They are getting stuff built, but this is at the expense of all the other stuff they need to do in the colony, like cooking the food, ranching the animals. We had a lot of people refining stuff up here for later use, like we were making steel, we were crushing stuff, making glass, that sort of thing. But they can do that all another time. So yeah, when the teleporter's recharged, we're going to send the arrow back to the planet. Yeah, we're slowly getting all this done. So let's start copying the setting across all of these other meters. Because we only want them to let through 10 grams of material. If it gets to downtime and they haven't built everything, I'll just set it back to normal priority so they can have their break. So I want to make sure they still eat and stuff. Yeah, I should have just yellow alerted this a while ago. Yeah, so these little guys that are running around here are Drekos. So we have them because you can shear them for like reed fiber off their back. And you need the reed fiber for making and maintaining the atmosuits. So we have a few Drekos. And you can also use the fiber for stuff like paintings, which make the place nicer, increase people's morale. But the other reason we have these Drekos here... Yeah. Because we have not done a very good job managing the outside of our base. We basically just sealed ourselves into like a barely habitable block where all of the farms are cold and people are just living in like 30-degree heats. And the rest of the map is like 50 degrees or higher. And we also had a bit of a germ problem. So there's lots of slime lung germs floating around outside. So we don't want anyone to go outside unless they're in a suit, because otherwise they're going to get slime lung and then they're going to spread it in here and everyone's going to be coughing. So it looks like we've got rid of most of the CO2 in here. We've got a little bit of water in here. I think we've actually released most of the water up here. Maybe. But we just want this room to mostly be steam again. Yeah, there's so many germs. Like, because there's these slimy biomes on the map that have slime in it. And if you dig a big tile, then if you dig a tile of it out and then the slime releases polluted oxygen, then it just spreads everywhere. And chlorine gets rid of it. Like, really low temperatures get rid of it. Really hot temperatures get rid of it. And the map is hot, but not usually hot enough to kill the germs. Like, some areas are hot enough to kill the germs, but not many. We actually have a geyser in the base. This releases infected polluted oxygen, which has slime lung in it. But these little bugs here float about, and they produce radiation. A fairly large amount of radiation. So the radiation is actually killing all of the germs on this geyser. But I'm keeping them in this room. I don't want to release them into the general place, because then people are going to get irradiated instead of germies. So, I mean, one's not too bad, but like more than that, and I'd start to worry. People can like get radiation poisoning and die of that in this game. Sorry, what room were you asking about? Where was I looking? I was looking here. This is the teleporter room. This is a... Yeah, so this room here. So we tried to do something a bit stupid here. So normally, the iron volcanoes, I just have a self-contained unit that I've designed, where it's got a fixed amount of steam. And it is... Like, the heat from the iron is going into the steam turbines. And... getting turned into power, and then we get the cold iron out of this room once all the heat's been drained out of it. And we also have some steam vents that release cold or 110 degrees steam, which isn't hot enough to run a turbine, but you want the water. And we thought we'd be really clever and combine them both into one room, so that the volcano heats up the cold steam, and then it gets dumped in the oil wells. And it should work normally. Unfortunately, we released a load of carbon dioxide into this room. A load of steam, a load of carbon dioxide got vented up here, and condensed and solidified in space where it was super cold. Although, interestingly, it's not actually cold enough in space anymore for it to solidify, so it's just hanging around here in large pools. But because I didn't set the settings right on the storage bin, we stored like a ton of solidified CO2, a literal ton in here, and it all evaporated immediately. So we're just slowly draining that out of this room. And we're almost done with that. Oh, they've done all the yellow alerts. Okay, they're actually finished up here. So now we need to yellow alert the sweeping. And then once the room is empty, we can actually begin doing all of this. So yeah, my lesson from this is don't store solid CO2 in here. It will evaporate. So at the moment we're just venting all the gas from this room. It's going to be a vacuum again. And we've actually got it so that people can walk in and out of here, but it's still gas sealed. We've actually got like a liquid lock, so we filled a little bend that people can walk through. And it's kind of like the U-bend of a toilet. So they'll walk through here, but the gas can't escape because the liquid is preventing the gas from moving. And we have some mechanized airlocks just in case, but they don't actually completely stop gas exchange. They do when they're closed, but when they open, the gas still gets released. So this is a fail-safe because we don't want the gas situation to change in here. And then we've got another liquid lock, and then people can get into oil biome where it's full of natural gas and oil. Right, let's replace these with steel. So this room here, we have a saltwater geyser here, and this erupts 95 degrees saltwater. And what we're doing with this is we're basically letting it erupt. It'll pull down here, and then all of the like refinement equipment in here produces a lot of heat, like particularly the metal refineries. No one's actually doing the yellow alerts. I think I need to empty these things out. There we go. People should do that again now. Sorry. So essentially we have all the hot operating refining stuff in here. And these metal refineries, they actually get fed the crude oil as coolant. So this person is turning iron into steel. And that produces a lot of heat. So they put the iron in, the steel drops out, and then the heat that it takes in the refining process gets put in the oil. So it's coming in at 116 degrees. It's coming out at 252 degrees. And then the hot oil is getting looped at the bottom of this room. So previously there was a huge pile of pool of salt water here, and we heated it all up with the hot oil into steam. So now this room is just full of an extremely large quantity of steam that we definitely don't want to release. If this liquid bursts, we're in big trouble. But it shouldn't, because there's like much more liquid in here than gas. And I don't think any amount of gas will actually break this liquid lock. I don't think that functionality is in the game. And the reason we're doing this is because that gets rid of the salt from the salt water. So the salt all just ends up down here, and then we can turn it into table salt. And people can eat that with meals, and they get more morale. And then if we want more water, we can condense some of this and get more water, but we're not doing that at the moment. Yeah, this game is really fun, and it's really complex, which is why I like it, because it's relaxing, because the dupes are doing most of the stuff, and you're just telling them what to do. You guys actually sweeping these? No. Why not? I do need you to sweep these. Just gonna cancel and reset these alerts. Not quite sure why they're not responding to these. It may be that I've given them slightly too much stuff to do. But we'll try and get them... No, that's the wrong button. Get them to come back in here and sweep all of this. And hopefully they'll actually do it this time. No, they're not doing it. Why? I'm gonna try reloading. I don't normally have problems with people not doing stuff like this. I just want them to take the objects and put them in the bins. And I've emptied the bins, so they should just go and drop all that stuff off. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm gonna lock the room when it's finished. Yeah, and I don't want any of that stuff to be locked in there, because I want to cool down the whole room, and I don't want to be cooling down, like, tons of extra material that's just lying around on the floor. I just want to cool the plants. The sleep weeds. So apologies for the reloading. I don't normally have to do this. So let's try this again. So people should be coming in here now to do this. No, they aren't. Maybe they've got another reason for not doing it. Let's actually set these to yellow alert 2. That will probably help. So copy settings. And then they can come drop stuff off. Okay, I think that's got everyone to do it. Maybe. Yeah, people are coming in here and doing that now. Okay, that's good. I believe it's just not showing up on here. Okay, so we'll wait for this number to go down, and then we'll know they're done. In the meantime, we can actually get the rest of this set up. So we want to empty this, and we want to load it with algae. So load it with algae. How much algae do we have? We have like 20 tons. So that's a fairly decent amount. But we'll just put like 1 ton in here, that should do. And then all of these are set to drop off 10 grams of algae in here. Okay. So what we'll want to do is we'll then want to set up the conveyor. Just run past all of these. It'll take a while to build this. So feed this back and forth. And we're almost there. Looks like people still aren't coming in here. That should do. So why aren't people going to store... Oh, they are storing stuff. They're just storing everything else. They're set to sweep only, so... They are storing stuff. It's just all the other stuff in the base that I didn't actually want them to grab. No, we mined a load of iron for the conveyor. There was a load of iron over here, so we mined that. They should be able to go in there and build that. Okay, let's stop. Hold on. Stop. Go have your lunch and everything. We'll empty these out and try again. I'm just not sure why they're not going in here. It's annoying. We'll set the cleaning back to priority 9. So we'll just let people relax, go to the bathroom, have their food, and then we'll try again in the morning. Yeah, Otto is going to make himself some juice. So this juice is made of water, meal ice, bristleberries, and mushrooms. He's getting a very healthy smoothie. You can tell how healthy it is by texture. Then he'll drink that. And then he'll eat the cup. And that gives him the drank juice modifier. So he gets... what does he get from that? So he gets extra strength from that, I believe, as well. So he can carry more stuff. In the meantime, the Era is playing some video games. Actually, you can go to the other planet now, I think. We might as well do that. Oh no, the teleporter isn't finished yet. How's it going in here? We've got most of the gas out here, it's just going to take a while to finish it off. So, right, sweeping. Why aren't people coming in here to sweep this? People get in the doors? I believe they can. You kind of need people to do that. But no one's going to go do that. They seem to be going and doing everything else. I'm gonna try yellow alerting again, see if that works. No, you guys are... It's not even showing up on the list. We're getting all the other... things, but no one's coming in here to sweep this. They can come in here and reach that. It's not a problem. And then if we tell this to be... So what's Bert doing? He's storing granite. So let's follow Bert and see what he does, because he likes to store things. Let's see where he's going. So he's storing the granite up there. And he's going in here. He's just sweeping the stuff up the floor. So it doesn't look like he's actually going in here and doing any of this. It's very irritating. I feel like the game is bugged. I'm trying to think of if there's a way I can get all of this material out of here again. They're all coming in here and building the conveyors, which is good. But they're just not doing this. What if I set it to red alert? Will that do it? I don't think that's made a difference. So no, let's turn that off. You could, if you turn it on red alert, they'll do everything like ignoring all of their basic needs, like oxygen, schedule, food, all that stuff. But you don't want to do that because it stresses them out. But that's not the problem. They're just not recognizing you have to do this. I think I'm gonna have a quick intermission. I'm gonna reload the game, like reboot it completely, and see if that works. But I'll be right back. Hello, I've solved the sweeping problem. So we'll go back to the game. Uno secondo. There we go. So I had too many sweep errands stored up across the whole map, so it just kind of bugged out. So I cleared all the sweep errands and I re-yellow alerted these ones, so they will get all of this stuff. So that shouldn't take too long, because it's yellow alerted now. In the meantime, we'll get some of this stuff replaced with steel. So here it is. We actually have uranium ore now for building purposes, but I don't think you want to build anything out of uranium. Maybe I'm wrong. What are uranium's properties for building? High thermal conductivity, but slow heating. That's an interesting combination, but I don't think that's actually useful for anything. But yes, people are coming in here and sweeping now, so that's good. How's it going in here? So we've got small amounts of gas. Got the iron is coming out here and it's cooked some sand. So we don't really want that. The problem is we don't want to rely on having excessive amounts of water in here again, because it's going to stifle the volcano. I mean, we can let it accumulate for now. Maybe this will be efficient enough, so I'm actually going to turn these off. Wait. Why is water going in here? Oh no, that's the cooling loop. I am stupid. Yeah, so we've got plenty of water in here. It's broken here. It looks like the liquid pipe is broken, so... Do we have any more water to drop off in here? We do. We'll need to repair this. we'll need to repair this. Let's get that stuff fixed. Like, I think we've got rid of enough CO2 that we can just have this filled with water again, and that should be fine. Because if we have just a little bit of CO2 floating around the bottom, that's not going to kill anyone. So who is coming to do this? Frankie, and then... yeah, we'll get this rebuilt. And we'll get this liquid pipe here rebuilt. Yeah, we're actually getting all this stuff out here now, so that is good. And this is why we gave everyone strength, so this doesn't take too long to do. So we're just going to watch people do this for a little bit. I'll be back in a sec. Okay. Just wanted to check some things quickly. So, wait, what's going on here? Why is polluted water coming out here? That should definitely not be happening. I think some water just got cooled down too much. Oh no, and that's letting polluted oxygen out into here. Oh, god damn it. But we need it to be polluted water in case it gets too hot. I don't think we want to put regular water in here. I'm going to set this to yellow alert again just so we can get some more water mass in here. I know I'm super abusing the alert at the moment. But we've almost managed to get all the stuff out of here. Okay, I believe that's the last of it. Okay, that's good. I think all the polluted water evaporated, which is good. Do still have a tiny bit of polluted oxygen here. I'm hoping that will just get crushed. But what if we got yellow alerted, the bottle empties? Yeah, we just want to drop some more water in here. So Frankie and Hassan are coming to do that. We're going to send the error back to the other planet as well. So you can be... food number 4. You're actually out of food. That ain't good. We'll set that to Swampy Delights, and we'll set that to Barbecue. We shouldn't be out of food. I guess we'll just make some more... oh, whoops. No, that shouldn't be over that. That can be priority 9. And I guess we'll just put some... oh, good, this is running again. Okay. That is good. Just not getting enough polluted water. So we will plant some more mealwood here. Sorry, guys. But Liam is starving because he's presumably doing too many yellow alerts. Okay, let's turn off the yellow alerts. You can go back to do whatever you were doing. In fact, actually, what are your calories like? You're not going to starve, are you? I hope not. So we're dumping more liquid out here, and it is evaporating, so we should be increasing the steam pressure. Yeah, but it looks like you guys need more food. And these buildings are all still heating up. We need to rebuild these out of steel. So, here you go. Go on, Liam. Have something to eat. You deserve it. Yeah, there you go. I think we need to wrangle some more critters again, so let's do that. Just a few. And the error, you do not need a suit, so unequip your suit, and then you can be teleported. And then we can dock your suit in here. Mm-hmm. There you go. So yes, you can be the farmer. You can do most of the farming related stuff. And we'll just put some more mealwood here. So we don't have to worry about this anytime soon. I don't really want to worry about this area too much at the moment. Looks like we're getting some more salt water from this. That's good. So I think we'll want to seal this in. Stop it all pouring down here. We have mostly managed to contain the brine. You know what would actually make sense? Putting the mealwood in here. That's actually way more sensible. Let's do that. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get the farm, the Sleet wheat farm, finished tonight. Yeah, just cancel all this. We'll probably do something else with that space. We'll put mealwood in here, and then we'll deconstruct this liquid bridge. I just want to make sure that if we've got any farms, they are technically cooled by something, because this place is a bit hotter than it seems. Although I think it's mostly cooled down. I'm just a little bit worried about the heat from this volcano eventually cooking the area. So I believe you're doing all of this. And then, yeah, we'll just expand the loop out. It's going to take you guys a few moments. So, something like this. No, wrong button. Here you go. And then... that's annoying. Okay. We'll hook that pipe up there. Let's just get the plants planted first. We'll need a 4th bed. We actually have a battery over there, and I believe that is hooked up to everything, so we can deconstruct this. Put a 4th bed in, maybe? I don't know. We should put it in a proper spot, really. Yeah, you're currently asleep on the floor because we didn't put a bed in. I guess for now it will go here. Actually, this could be Luke's bed. Put LT special here. Building entombment. Okay. Interesting problem. I think we just need to disable this. This wire isn't working quite how I wanted it to. We'll need an AND gate for this. So, automation, AND gate. I don't want it to cool the water we put in at the moment. So, go and deconstruct. Let's deconstruct the automated wire in there. Principles. It's actually quite a good dupe, but I don't want any more dupes. We've got 4 people on the other planet at the moment, so I think that's enough. Yeah, the cot is in tune, that's not good. Let's fix that. So, I'm just going to deconstruct this pipe. So, this conveyor isn't working quite how I imagined it would. There's no power here. Why not? So it doesn't look like there's any buildings there that are damaged. Why is that line not receiving any power? Oh, it's just not consuming any power at the moment. What? This line has other things on it, surely. I'm very confused. Oh. Oh, I'm an idiot. This isn't actually a... this is a producer spine. And we're not producing any power from these steam vents, steam turbines at the moment. Right, okay. That was very stupid of me. Let's deconstruct these wires. I'm beginning to think this might be more trouble than it's worth. That would explain why they're not doing anything. So, what else is going on here? I don't think that matters. I don't know why this pipe keeps breaking. Oh, because the logic of this thing is broken. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we need to put the switch here. And then we need automation wire up here. That needs to be 1, and then this needs to be 2. So I believe we can just do that. So let's speed to it again. You're actually going to want a fourth wheel, I think. I don't know, there'll always be enough stuff for one person to do. And we want this pipe to go here, so granite. So we actually want to deconstruct this pipe here. I want to keep an eye on this, because I don't want this to... I'm going to have to loop more polluted water back in here at some point. So wire-wise, let's actually hook this up to the consumer network this time. So that can go up here. And we'll actually want to deconstruct this and hook it across as well. So this. Everyone's running on the wheel, so we actually run out of... Okay. Deconstruct the cot. We'll put the cot here. Just for now. We will come here, finish off this loop. There we go. And then this could be Luke's wheel. We currently don't need these guys to actually do anything, so we are just having them run on the wheel and survive. Get more get more athletic skill. We're going to want to deconstruct that wire as well. What's going on over here? Have we done this yet? We have done the observation, I believe. So now we can flip this on and turn that off. Okay, there we go. So this water should all eventually evaporate and fill the room with steam again. And what we'll do is we'll just hook up this generator over here. And then everyone could run on the wheel and be happy. And actually, I'll put a wire bridge there, so I don't care. Because we don't need these guys to do anything at the moment. We're just kind of holding them in reserve. We can actually deconstruct these because we're not going to have those plants over there. But yes, going back to the main event. I think we'll need to cool this for a while, but let's repair this anyways. And we can enable auto repair on these. Actually, we can just enable auto repair on it, and that should work. So someone should come down there and build that. And yes, this has power now. So from a shipping point of view, did we build the conveyor rail? Maybe if we... Okay, that actually worked. So we dropped 10 kilograms of algae in here. No, 10 grams of algae in here. Blimey, that's a very low amount of algae. So, I'm gonna save for all of these. And this was the whole aim of this setup, is so that we could get a very small amount of algae on these tiles. And then we're going to cook these into 10-gram dirt tiles, and they should cool and heat super quickly. And all of these are set to the same threshold. So, when they finish this conveyor rail, which they are doing, we should get all the algae dropped in here. And then we can disassemble all of this. But I'm not going to immediately disassemble all of it. I'm going to disassemble one, drop in some hot oil. I'm hoping with such a low mass, if we just drop like a single, like even if it's only like 130 degrees, that should get the algae to 125 and cook it. That's what I'm hoping for. Because at the moment we're not getting much heat in here apart from this. What's the errand priority here? So that is on people's list. So that will get fixed at some point. We will need to refill this loop with polluted water at some point. And I believe there's enough steam pressure over here that this is technically working now, so that's good. Yeah, now we just need you guys to finish up this. I mean, in the meantime, you can continue to work on this. We can bring this ladder back up here as well. Oh, we're very close. We're very close. You can do this with storage bins, but the least algae you'll get on one of these tiles with a storage bin is 1 kilogram. And this is 1/100th of the material, so it should cool or it should cook a lot easier. We don't want the oil to be... I don't think we're going to be able to heat the oil up too much because our volcano is off. And I don't want to make ceramic pipes going across the whole base. So I'll just send the oil here and then we'll ceramic it here. I don't need this automation wire here anymore, do I? No. Let's get rid of that. Who's scolding? How are you scolding? Why are you out here without a suit? How are you out here without a suit? Oh. Ah, there was a reason for turning this off. Right, okay. Turner, you can go back in the base. I feel like we're going to have a... Okay, at least it's downtime, so... hopefully people aren't going to get too busy with that. And then tomorrow, we'll have all the algae get dropped off in all of these bits. Because the conveyor loop will be finished. We're getting some salt water leaking out of here. We will need to tile this up. Whoops. And then ranches. So let's go ranch some more dudes. I believe that will do. Just refill the ranches. So we've ended up with some more variety gases in here. We'll turn this on for a little bit. Yeah, I think this is actually working again. There's a lot of hot iron in here, but that's fine. That's going to get moved about. Unpermitted food. Oh, that's right. We need to change people's consumable permissions over here. So on this planet, everyone can eat everything. It's a miracle. Sweep up all this liquid here. Don't want people getting soggy feet if we can avoid it. Got some polluted dirt that's off gassing. I don't really care about that here. Looks like we're getting a decent layer of brine in here. It's all good. Temperature-wise, this place is looking fairly chill, but not too chill. Should end up with brine down here. Hot brine. Not a problem. I believe this should be enough mealwood for 4 people. So, we'll leave that for now. Yeah, all the other gas stars have gotten pushed over here. So I'll re-enable this and we'll pump the remaining gas out of here. Yeah, I just want to watch this. I just want to see this get built. That's priority 9, this construction. There you go. Overheating. We keep tiling this up. Okay, that doesn't need to be a yellow alert. It can be a regular alert. Okay, let's watch this. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it's working. We're dropping the 10. We're dropping the 10 grams of algae off. Let's watch the algae train go. We did it. So, yeah, the next step is cooking this. So to do that, we'll need to bring some hot oil over. We'll need to do that with an insulated pipe. So what's the best way for me to do that? It doesn't have to be oil, it can be something else, but it has to be hot. Or it has to be something that we can heat up. So no ethanol. I think what the easiest thing to do might be is to literally set up a quick little room. So all this room will be is pitcher pumps. Well, no, it'll be a liquid pump. And it will be some bottle emptiers. And then we'll get some crude oil pumped in from over here by the leaky oil fisher. And we'll fill it up. I haven't just been dumping oil somewhere, have I? I don't believe so. I guess we'll see. But yeah, the algae train, it's all working. It's all working as intended. There really isn't a lot of algae going into these tiles, so this should work fine. We'll keep this set up here for now, just in case. We need to power this, so we'll run that off the consumers. I can go here. These probably don't need to be made out of ceramic. And then we'll get crude oil, enable auto bottle, copy that across. Getting more steam dumped off in this room. I think I want the steam vent to go somewhere else, if I'm being honest. But we'll do that next time. I can't think about that at the moment. And then what we'll do is we'll get a load of radiant piping. Well, get some insulated pipe to go up here. And we'll get a load of radiant piping. We'll make that out of lead. And we'll send that up here. Get a load of heat from this room. Dude, let's rethink that. We could do better than that. So let's go up here. Yes, and then we'll get a thermosensor. We've already done this step before, so it should actually be pretty straightforward. And we'll get a liquid shutoff. In fact, let's actually put a... Let's put a bridge here. Put the insulated pipe here. And then this will feed on to the loop if it's still too cold. And if it's not too cold, it will come off here. And then this is where the ceramic pipe comes into play. In fact, it may not even need to be ceramic. We may be able to get away with insulated. Or igneous rock. I think we'll try that. I don't think we have enough ceramic to do this. And then we'll send that back down here. And then we will put a liquid vent. No. We'll put a liquid vent here. We'll just get a manual switch. We'll hook that up. This is just to test whether the tile will cook. If it will, then we'll do all the actual cooking tomorrow. So let's get this all built. We'll set these to yellow alert just to make sure we can get some oil in there. What's overheating? Oh, a transformer. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, looks like we've got a good amount of steam in here again. Oh yeah, and this is done. So we got rid of all the other gases. Hooray. So just give me a second. Then we could just hook this, we could just hook the automation wire back up. So like that. We'll set this to above, it's currently about 125 in here. This hasn't been running. I think we'll need some extra heat in here, so for now, let's set this to minus, let's set this to minus 80. Just get it to keep running. I'm sure no problems can come with that. And it contains ethanol. What is the freezing temperature of ethanol? So that is minus 114. So we could easily do minus 90 in here. Just get this to generate more heat. We just need more heat in here. That's all we need. We disabled the steam turbines, so this room should get nice and hot. So we've got a good amount of oil in here, but let's keep going. Keep adding oil. Because we're going to need a decent amount of it. We could probably remove these items entirely from here, but I want to leave them in for now just in case we need to drop more algae in here. So temporarily we're going to have an exceedingly cold freezer, but I'm sure that heat will get dissipated back out of here at some point. Probably enough oil for now. Let's set that back to priority 9. These turbines are getting too hot now. Interesting. Checks out, the water itself is too hot. So we're going to want to hook this, hook some polluted water back in here. Let's do something here. Oh, hold on. No, that won't work. Do something here. So we'll put some polluted water in here, and then we'll just feed that back onto the loop. And we'll put it here so it doesn't evaporate. That was our mistake last time, is we tried to feed it on from in here and then it all evaporated. Why is it taking cold damage? It shouldn't be. Should it? Okay. Let's just set this to 20 degrees. We don't need it to get cold enough that it actually freezes. Yeah, this steam is getting reasonably warm now. So we'll keep building all of this. This loop should work as intended. And is this going to get built? I believe it will. Speed to it just a little bit. I could probably feed it from this iron volcano if I really wanted. So let's just speed it up, see what they do. Okay, so we can sweep this up too. Let's do that. Yeah, this is cooled back down now, that's good. This is gonna take a while. And then polluted water. Yes, enable auto bottom. And do that, please. And then we'll just get a pump. We'll just put it here. And we'll feed it onto the loop here. Like this. And I'm aware that this is going to leak heat out of the steam room. So I will deconstruct this once the loop is full. Okay, that's gonna take you a while. Let's just build that instead. And I don't believe that will break the loop logic, so that shouldn't cause any problems. Who's idle? You have trapped yourself? How? Oh. Yeah, that makes it. We need to deliver another ammo suit here. Okay. So we'll flip that for now. And then we'll let a single oil tile out of here when it is hot enough. So this loop should recirculate. So we'll set this to above 130. Because the whole point of this... Actually, we need to set it to below 130. Yes. Whoops. Oh. It's not work as intended. It may still be hot enough. Let's see. Oh, the shutoff isn't powered. Crap. Okay. That was the one step that I forgot. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe this will still be hot enough, because there is some heat in the room, and it's a very, very small amount of algae. But let's see what it does. I'm going to save it. And we'll do this with science. Just let a single blob of oil out. I feel like the mass difference should be enough to just instantly cook the algae. Let's see. No, it didn't quite do it. What if I let out a bit more? No, that's not quite getting there. Okay, let's turn this off. Experiment failed, it didn't quite get hot enough. So we'll sweep up the oil. And we'll cook this to a higher temperature, say 150. So the problem with that is, it heated up all of this stuff. There wasn't enough heat left over to cook the algae, I believe. But we'll keep trying. I'll keep going for another half an hour. We also need a power wire here. Oh, not there, because that's not consumers, that's producers. So, up. Like this. That doesn't need to be priority... That could be priority 9. Yeah, it seems like we've got enough steam pressure in here now for this to work. What do we want loot-wise? This guy is a fantastic farmer. I think I'd be kind of silly not to take him. Yep, I'll take Harold. He can go to the other planet as a second farmer. And he already has bedside manner for some reason. So you can do farming, and you can go over to the other planet. That's still recharging, so you can stay here for now. The algae is still here, that's fine. So the problem with this is we need to extract all of this oil. So let's do that, because that oil isn't hot enough. And I'm actually going to leave this in here until this gets to about, say, 200. Not 2,000, that's probably never going to happen. We'll just leave that running for a while. Because ultimately we can only drop so much oil in here that it's actually going to cook the tile. So I'll grab all of the oil out of here. And that is working, so this is just going to keep recirculating until it's hot enough. Okay, so we can set this to 9 again. Let's get this finished so we can get the loop hooked up. I'm going to speed through it because I just want to see this built. Please come and do this. Please. Thank you. That will let in some... Oh god, that's letting in regular water. Why? Why? So I'm just going to set this to 0 again, so that that water gets removed by breaking the pipe. That is an acceptable outcome for me. Please come and sweep these tiles. Thank you. Okay. Now let's re-enable this. And now we can re-enable this. Okay, I believe that's worked. So we're slowly letting the heat build up in here. The oil is getting to about 130. But we want to keep heating it up. Let's save it and try it again. So we've heated it up to 130 now, so let's set this to 130. We'll let the oil out. and then we'll let it out in just one big rush, and we'll see if that will cook it. But I suspect the answer is we just need more heat in here, and we'll just need the iron volcano to erupt. So we may need to wait another 20 cycles to get this online. No, it worked. Okay. Success. We just needed to dump. We just needed to dump it in here a bit quicker. So I'm gonna take that as a win, and we're gonna start building all of this. But that does not need to be yellow priority. You guys are gonna die if you try and build this all in yellow priority. So get these queued up. That is a lot of metal. Oh, whoops. Hope if we did it in the right place. I don't think we're going to be able to have all these vents at the same time. I think it's too much metal. I think what I'll do is... Well, we've got success cooking 10-gram tiles. So this whole thing with the conveyor meters was a success. Because we got to use a lot less algae to do this. And it should be a lot easier to thermal exchange heat with these tiles for Sleet wheat. So I'm going to save it here. I'm going to save it here. We're going to disassemble the conveyors tomorrow. Because that's done its purpose. And we'll reuse the metal from that for the vents for cooking all the tiles. But thank you for watching. I'm going to wrap it up. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.